1. You miss. Welcome to our Gospel Commentary channel, to discover yourself. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website juvi.art. Today we delve into the theme of leaving everything of ancient life, to experience surprises of joy and fullness. Mark 10 verses 17 to 30. Inheriting the life of the eternal. To achieve this, it is not enough to accentuate or improve, we must take a leap. One more step is not enough. It starts from the perception of an internal wound that moves us to search for that good that unifies and gives meaning to life. Jesus makes us reflect on what is to be considered remarkable, exalted. It is not a teaching for those far away, but for us. 1. You're missing. As if to underline the one, the whole, you miss, you have almost nothing. Normal life goes on, but there is no wonder. Too many things are missing: the challenge of the personal more, the care of others, the confrontation with the drama of reality. There is no unity. There is a lack of authentic presence that launches love into the spirit of adventure. It's not about having an idea, a cue in addition to what we already have, while continuing to be slaves to it. It is not enough to improve relationship situations that we know by heart, by getting approval from the first step. The passage from religiosity to faith that brings our vocational destiny and full realization is played out on a shortage of support in chaotic systems of correlation. To be happy, it is not worth normalizing oneself, because the soul demands the challenge of unexplored skies. Waters that we have not explored, sides of ourselves, of others and of reality that we have not brought to light, and perhaps we are not even scrutinizing yet. We must venture into the basic and extraordinary traits that today also call into the day after day, not wait for assurances. And the starting point can also be the accent of doubt, a healthy restlessness of the soul, the danger itself of critical witnesses. Let us not silence our insecurities, nor the sense of dissatisfaction for an existence without jolts. They are fruitful suspensions, which will activate us. Feeling complete, fulfilled, happy. It is necessary that the gaze and the heart yield, are not already occupied. It is absolutely necessary to let go of certainties from the mind and from one's hand. Gambling is the reckless investment of everything for another kingdom, where energies emerge, different relationships are explored, one tries to sublimate goods into the matrix of life, even that of others. Our nucleus remains restless if it does not instill correspondences that fly over the ancient ruler, possessions, which cause stagnation. The deep roots want to modify the vector of the swampy and situated self, as it should be, well integrated or self-referential, so that it expands to include the you and the real whole. It is the birth of the new woman and man, mothers and fathers of humanization. What touches the divine condition? Even capable of reversing positions. It is the genesis in the authenticity of cosmic energies and inner powers, which are preparing stages of growth elsewhere. Gradually the warmth and reciprocity of an understanding relationship is created, the purpose of love in what we undertake or redo, like the friendly warmth of a non-frigid presence. We live the discrimination filled with intoxication, from which there is no turning back, because it places us in the very life of the eternal. The one who is missing, verse 21. As I work to challenge myself, or to help others, previously hidden resources emerge that I didn't even know about. With amazement I experience a reality that gradually unfolds, as well as the Father who provides for me. In this extension, we learn to recognize the new decisive subject of the spiritual path, the design of God in being itself. Dream that leads, and despite the hardships, the emotional storms, our contortions, it reveals itself little by little similar. As innate, frank, genuine, clear, irrefutable, dazzling, flowing. To leave everything and experience the reversal. According to the correct mentality, typical of Judaism, to receive the divine inheritance, it was enough to observe the commandments, verses 17 to 20. But it is not with the security upstream that one can make an exodus to meet the one in the heart, nor can the church remain safe with the material contribution of the rich. The path of love and educational risk presuppose the path of adventurous sobriety, without which it is not possible to influence the watertight compartments of thought and society. Unlike devotions, the life of faith does not require the offering to God of a modest or resigned sacrifice, but rather abandonment to the future of life that is coming. In this way, by keeping the disciples in the energy of enterprise, the believing experience will no longer leave anyone with their head bowed. Because here the cards are exchanged. The presence of the fraternal and concrete kingdom in the middle reverses roles and perspectives, such as the habitual positions between women and men, young and old, or new and veterans. Inserted in the church, that hears the call to go out, we move our nucleus from the tortuosities of retreats. And here is the hundredfold of the Father in everything. Except for one thing, because we are called to be on the same level. There will be no 100-to-1 of fathers, in the ancient sense, or conditioning controllers who dictate their track and rhythm, as if to subordinates. A life of obligations or attachments blocks creativity. Sticking to an idol, letting yourself be plagiarized or intimidated, anchoring yourself to the fear of problems or worries, is creating a dark room. Feeling programmable, already designed without anything more, being subjected to ordinary or conformist opinions, excludes the vector of the unknown and entirely personal novelty. Whoever allows himself to be inhibited by exclusive ethics, by having to live with himself and others according to clichés of established prestige and so on, builds an artificial dwelling, which is neither his home nor the tent of the world. And even in the step of the mission, even conjecturing to be able to foresee the fruitful eccentricities, or global adventures, we shrink our soul, we are frightened by the possible conflicts. But in fear we do not grasp what is truly ours and others, what is revealed only during a process, which becomes holy in the exodus from oneself and in the quality of creative relationships. Ultimately, behind the reluctance to be there in Christ and in relationships that go beyond what is due and already thought, nothing else is hidden than the fear of losing attention or reputation. But on the way we experience an intimate flowing of a different switch inside, which helps us to express ourselves and deal with events where not everything is already in order. So we can gradually put aside the fears of being scolded, and that life can collapse precisely because of our ideal choices. Away with the backstories. It is the new Genesis under an unprecedented and unknown stimulus that allows to shift our attention from calculation to the brightness of the heart, from the brain to the eye, from reasoning to perception. Once we have removed the artificial constraints of wanting to get to the bottom of situations, prematurely and by force, we will learn to welcome all sides, and life will proceed on its own, expanding from wave to wave. We are no longer minors, we have full hope not moderated. Mark 10 verses 17 to 30. Thank you all for your kind attention. We invite you to subscribe to the channel, to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a like to support us. Subscribe, give your precious well done, share with your friends and comment too. Thanks, see you soon.